Our top news for tonight, Sumber Sarawak set as one of the stop routes for ART. Sarawak government committed towards sustainable development. SMM2H program to continue after resolving issues with MOTAC. Pehin Dr. Junaidi and his wife received courtesy call from IDFR. Dato Sri Julaihi denies allegations of no long-term planning for Sibu water supply. UDFR allocates 110 million ringgit for houses of worship and mission schools in 2024. Good evening. Sumber University of Technology Sarawak will be one of the autonomous rapid transit ART stops to make it easier for students to access the campus in the future. This was announced by the Premier of Sarawak, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Datuk Abang Openg, in conjunction with the opening day of the Sumber University of Technology Sarawak campus, which has been upgraded on Wednesday. According to him, the decision to make the university one of the ART stopover stations was made to ease the financial burden borne by students to the campus.
ART will have its station at your university. Meaning, when we have experienced student life, when you are a student, you want to save money also. Sometimes pocket money tidak cukup, not enough. So you have this public transport system where you are mobile and the cost will be cheaper, and without any hassle, you can travel anywhere in Kuching with your ART.
Datuk Patinggi Abang Zohari said this initiative coincides with the Sarawak government's effort to provide free tertiary education to the people of the state by 2026, whereby Sumber Sarawak is included in the list of universities that will offer free education later.
And I hope Sarawakian new generation take this opportunity as a platform for you to not only upgrade yourself, but to be aligned with the global perspective and transformation of economy.
The Sarawak government will commit to sustainable development while assuming the chairmanship of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations ASEAN in 2025. Datuk Patinggi Abang Zohari expressed hopes that the position will enable Sarawak to enhance efforts towards rainforest conservation and sustainable development.
As part of ASEAN, Sarawak has always been featured and plays a crucial role in regional environmental initiatives. ASEAN's commitment to environmental protection is evident through initiatives like the ASEAN Heritage Park program, which look into protected areas of high conservation importance, preserving in total a complete spectrum of representative of ecosystem in the ASEAN region. Sarawak's own Gunung Mulu National Park was one of the earliest parks designated by ASEAN Heritage Park 40 years ago in 1984.
He said this in his text of speech read by Sarawak Minister for Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts, Dato Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, during the launch of the inaugural Rainforest Youth Summit at the Hikmah Exchange Event Centre, Kuching, on Wednesday. The Premier of Sarawak stressed that the state government's contribution in maintaining 62% forest cover has significantly contributed to the nation's goal of preserving at least 50% of its land for forest cover. Later, in a press conference after the launch event, Datuk Sri Abdul Karim said that the Sarawak Malaysia My Second Home SMM2H program will continue after the issue with the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture MOTAC is resolved. Dato Sri Abdul Karim said MOTAC is the party that issues the agent license for the SMM2H program, but under the Malaysia Agreement 1963 MA63, issues related to the tourism industry should be handled by the Sarawak government. According to him, the SMM2H application process is different for Sarawak and Sabah than it is for the peninsula.
the rights of the state, the two states of Sabah and Sarawak has been taken away. And under the federal constitution, if you want to take away any of the rights of the Sabah and Sarawak, whether it's minyak, whether it's territory, including tourism, you have to consult the state. The state was never consulted, whether it is Sabah or Sarawak. It was bulldozed through, it became a matter under the federal list. And that is why we are not too happy. But even though we are not too happy, we know tourism is something that is for us to share. It is something for the federal government, because any tourist that come in, it will benefit Malaysia, it will benefit the states. So that's why kita mau bekerjasama, but not for federal Ministry of Tourism to dictate to the state. Cakap ini, cakap itu, keluar itu surat 27 Mei, ini tidak boleh, itu tidak boleh. No, consult us first.
Dato Sri Abdul Karim added the SMM2H program will be devolved to Sarawak, but the details are yet to be finalized. He said the Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture is expected to meet with the Premier of Sarawak within the week to discuss the issue towards a solution. The Governor of Sarawak, Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar and his wife Toh Wan Fauzia Muhammad Sanusi received a courtesy call from the Institute of Diplomacy and Foreign Relations IDFR at the Astana Negeri Sarawak on Wednesday. The visit, which was led by the Director of the Competency Empowerment Centre, Dato Westmoreland Edward Palon, is to introduce 16 junior diplomats undergoing a 6-month course under the Diploma in Diplomacy program in Sarawak. Dato Westmoreland said part of the mandatory training is to understand the relationship between the federal government and the state government.
The part of our visit, part of their training is to understand the relationship between federal and the state. So we've decided to visit Sarawak this year because of the uniqueness in the relationship between Sarawak and federal, and also the progress that Sarawak has achieved over the years, and basically to understand the culture and the development that's taking place in Sarawak.
Sarawak Minister of Utility and Telecommunications, Dato Sri Julaihi rejected claims by certain parties of a lack of long-term planning for water supply in Sibu. He emphasized that the party who made such claims did not know about the water supply development project being carried out by his ministry, and that perception could confuse people.
We have awarded the contract through open tender 269 when 1 million to the selected tenders who have started work since last month. So this is part of our long-term plan to solve water problems in Sibu. That's number one. Number two, we also realized that non-revenue water and RW through leakages, pipe leakages throughout Sarawak, including in Sibu, need to be solved as well.
He said this at the groundbreaking ceremony of the Salim Water Treatment Plant Upgrade Project at the Sibu Water Board on Monday. Meanwhile, Dato Sri Julaihi said the master plan aims to develop a water grid system which includes raw water sources, treatment, and distribution, connecting all major plants throughout Sarawak to form a continuous water grid system. However, he noted that the master plan will take time to be implemented and called on the public to be patient. The Unit for Other Religions, UNIFOR, has allocated a total of 110 million ringgit for the construction of houses of worship and mission schools in Sarawak this year. UNIFOR Director Datu Jack Amaluat said 90 million ringgit is allocated for assistance of religious sites, while 20 million ringgit will be used to fund mission schools.
Ataupun apabila kita meluluskan projek berkenaan, kita berharap agar mereka melaksanakan projek tersebutlah dalam tempoh sekurang-kurangnya dalam tempoh setahun. Jangan hanya nyimpan duit dalam bank account dan sebagainya. Sebab tujuannya adalah untuk kita mendirikan rumah ibadat, untuk kita membuat repair, renovation dan sebagainya.
He said to the media after attending a blood donation campaign jointly organized by Unifor, the Sarawak Public Communication Unit UCAS, and the Kuching Division Journalists Association KDJA at Plaza Merdeka on Wednesday. This blood donation drive is a segment of a corporate social responsibility initiative organized in partnership with the Sarawak General Hospital Blood Bank and Plaza Merdeka Management Sdn Bhd. And that's the English edition with me, Jocelyn Go. More news can be found in our official portal, ucas.sarawak.gov.my, and social media platforms including Facebook and YouTube. We end the UCAS Bulletin with the opening day of the newly upgraded Swinburne University of Technology Sarawak campus on Wednesday. #Saluran Informasi Rakyat. Have a good night.